Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of chapter 2. Here, I'm talking about a design process. You can have just a few steps, but you can make it a much more complicated design process. Below is a 10-step design process. In the first stage, discovering stage, you have 3 steps. Step 1, identifying the problem and available resource. Step 2, define working criteria or goals. Step 3, research and gather data. You should ask yourself this question: who, what, why, where, and how, so you can find enough information and data. The next stage is forming state. In step 4, you try to brainstorm or generate creative idea. In the next chapter, I'll show you how to do a brainstorm session. In chapter 5, you analyze the potential solution, evaluate the idea and select the best one. And then you move to developing stage. In step 6, you will develop and test your models, and then make decision. A tool called decision matrix can help you make this decision. In step A, you will communicate with all involved or related parties about the solution that you chose. And then you move to the commercializing stage, where you implement and commercialize your product in step 9, and perform post-implementation review and assessment in step 10. There are 2 approaches when you design product. In general, if you have elements of the system, like a library of all the solution for small system, you can put them together to build a more complicated system, and that's called bottom up. The other one is called top down approach. So you have an overview of the system you want, and you will divide it into smaller subsystems until every subsystem can be implemented. So this is called top down. And now I'll have a case study for you. When I designed the lab session, the lab part for this course, I wanted a simple robot frame so that I can build different type of robots, but it also need to be cheap. So I found from the internet several solutions, as you can see on the slide. So which one do you think I chose for the lab? And here is your homework. I mentioned in the guideline already. So here, the one that you need to submit is the table FRDP-ARRC table, which I mentioned in part 1 of this chapter. Also, you will need to evaluate many block diagram to select one block diagram. So this is the table where you have solution on this row and the criteria you use to evaluate them on this column. So here are all the marks for all the solution for each component of criteria. And finally, you can calculate the total score or the average score and decide which one you want to use based on the total score. So this is the end of chapter 2.